Hello everybody, this is Oliver from Neon. Today we are going to talk about 3 different kinds of how to brew a green tea. For this I brought the same tea. This is Kokicha from Mr. Sakamoto. So Kokicha, a stem tea, a less caffeinated tea. As I'm filming this in the evening, I want to have a lower caffeinated tea, so I decided to take a Kokicha. But what we are going to look at is not how does this tea taste against another one, but we are going to test how this tea tastes with different brewing methods. So brewing method number one, the strainer. I brought here a strainer, which I will just use in this glass later. Just put it in and then brew the tea. Second one is the tea bag. Just to see how this one tastes in a tea bag, or is there any difference if I do it with a tea bag. And for this I have bought like the quite famous tea bags which you find in more or less every Japanese tea store or Japanese tea site when you go on it. Silk tea bags, so it's not a typical like hemp kind of textile, but it is really silk, not giving a lot of taste, but still we want to know how does it taste. And last but not least, we have the beautiful Kyusu, black Tokoname Kyusu, which you are going to use also brewing the tea, same amount of water with all of these 3. So then let's go right into it. Well, I take this down first. And let's go right into it. Then we have the same amount of water in each tea. We're just gonna fill it up. I brewed today the water at 70 degrees Celsius, which is around, I would say, 150, 155 Fahrenheit. Just look that we everywhere have the same amount of water in. Here a little bit more. And then let's go into the brewing. Very simple. First, the strainer. Put it in, put the tea in. I use always 5 grams. And voila, already done. Count 1 minute. 1 minute the tea should be in. Then we're gonna go for the tea bag. So tea bag, very simple. You can see you can open it up. And what you have additionally, you have the here kind of a side pocket which you can put over it and then close the tea bag. So let's do it also with this one here. Just pour the tea in. Very simple. Tea bag is always a simple way to do it. Then I just put this over, and it's already done, nicely closed. We go into the second one. What, 30 seconds later, this one here. And finally we're gonna go to the Kyusu. Kyusu, you know how it goes. Just tea in the teapot, and now we're gonna do the opposite and pour in all the water into the teapot. Close it, wait for a minute. So this one is now done for a minute. So we take it out. Just try to get out all of the tea water, because the last drops are always the best. Take this out. Here the strainer. Wait 10 more seconds and then the tea bag should be fine. Good. Already a difference is seen. So we're gonna squeeze it a little bit. Not too much. Voila, that's it. And the Kyusu, 10 seconds more. And we also have a minute. Good. And into the cup. So what we can already see is that actually the tea bag So in terms of liquor, let's go and have a look. So here we have the 3 liquors. And what you might see is, what I see clearly from my side is these 2 here, they are quite similar in color, and this one here is much lighter. So it seems like the tea bag was not able to give so much space to the leaves, so it needs a little bit more time maybe, or it just doesn't in general not give too much space to the leaves, and then your infusions will be lower in taste. But that's only assumptions as long as I didn't taste it. So let's go directly into the tasting. First, so strainer versus tea bag. Tea bag first. It's nicely sweet. I get, like, for the stem tea, very important is like this minerally, a little bit hay flavor. This I definitely get here. A little hint of sweetness. A little bit of caramel note I get as well. So even if it was kind of a little bit light, very good taste. So absolutely the taste went through, but the color didn't seem to get into the water. Now let's go to the strainer. Much more of the green notes I get with the strainer. So it somehow seems that here I got more of the sweetness of the tea. There's a sweet, a little bit caramelly, nutty note, and not too much grassy taste, while here I got much more of this grassy, also the umami flavor. So it's clear here, much more taste in the tea water, giving much more of the umami flavor, so a little bit of this savory flavor to the tea water. So here we got definitely a lighter tea. When you often I had this experience, for example, when I did the other day a tea with a cast iron teapot where I use more water. What happens to the tea? That it gets lighter, a little more sweet, and you don't have the pronunciation of this grassy notes. The umami, the savory taste is not in the tea anymore. So, or much on a much lower and a lighter level. Here definitely much more complex, much more different taste notes. So here, winner between this one and this one is, in my opinion, this here, as it gives much more taste to the water. So then I would say, just maybe again, so the sweet number here from the tea bag. Yeah, same. So same experience here, lighter tea, here much more of a fresher, much more of a tasteful taste experience of different taste notes. So here the winner, this one versus this. So the second loser is tonight the tea bag. So tea bag, I think, good way to travel at home. Try to use something else than a tea bag. Good, let's put this away. Now the big final between these two. So let's see. Now first the Kyusu, so the Japanese teapot. Very sweet, savory. There's also a little bit of a fruity note, a little bit of a nutty note coming through. So very, very, very broad spectrum of different taste profiles. And he keeps lingering on in my palate. So very, very beautiful, this tea. Now let's go to this one. Let's see if the strainer can be on the level of the Kyusu. It's also very savory, it's nice, but it's not so complex. It has to be admitted that it was first in the glass, in the Kyusu than again in the glass, which lowers the temperature slightly of this water. So it's not an absolute fair comparison. Here with a higher temperature, I should get a little bit more of this grassy, nearly a little bit more astringent note or a slight bitterness more out of this tea. But astonishingly, it's not bitter at all. It's not, there's no astringency to it. But here definitely I got much more of this umami, savory flavor profile. And especially the lingering in my palate is much, much stronger after I have really had the sip. It still keeps lingering on. It's so different tastes. It's like first sweet, then savory, and then now it really becomes more of this kind of sweet corn flavor, a little bit of this nuttiness, which is coming in really nice. I got it as well with this one here, but on a lighter level. What I get here much more is a little bit this hay flavor, which I don't have here in the Kyusu brewed tea. I have much more of this kind of smoothness, lightness in the way of kind of more sweet notes of the tea, then going into the savory notes and really this lingering of this beautiful sweet corn taste, which I have with this one here. And here it's a clearly lighter taste profile of the tea. So why is this actually the case? Here we got really three completely different ways of brewing tea, and it has, in my opinion, a lot to do with the taste. You see the tea bag is pretty small, not very big, not very much space for the tea leaves to open up, so they cannot give really much flavor to the water, and that's why also this tea is the lightest. Then the strainer, already more space, but also closed into this spectrum of this diameter of the strainer, which is already quite good in comparison to the tea bag, but definitely not on the level of the Kyusu, because in the Kyusu the tea leaves, they can really use all the space, they use everything, and that's how they give all the flavor to the water. That's why number one, if you can, do it in the Kyusu. Number two, if you want to have a good but simple strainer. Number three, you're on the road or somewhere else and you still want to bring your beautiful tea, go for the tea bag. This is it. Thanks a lot for watching. I wish you a great day and have a good night wherever you are. And never forget, ask us questions. We want to provide you the best organic green tea directly from Japan.